Okay, so now make sure that you are on the bottom of the note sheet. It's called Finding the Whole. So this time we're going to be missing the of. All right, so this is the last type. And then we'll put them all together later, but we're going to be finding the of. So let's go to our note sheet. That should have 8 is 80% of what number is the first one that we're going to look at. Remember our proportion is the is over the of equals percent over 100. So our sentence starts with 8 is, that's the is that goes in the top. 80%, that's a percent, so that goes over on the right. Underneath 80 is always the 100, it's always on the bottom of the percent. And it says of what number? That's a question, so we don't know the number. So I'm going to put the letter N there for number. Now, similar to what we've done, but this time we are going to multiply these two because that's the diagonal that I know. So it's called cross multiply. That means you go across. So 8 times 100 is 800. And then I need to divide by the one that I have left. So I'm going to divide by 80. So 800 divided by 80 is 10. My answer is 10. And it's a number, so 10 is okay. Just leave it as 10 because remember we're looking for a number. All right, let's try the next one. So it says 15 is, that's the is, 50%, that's the percent, of what number? We don't know the of number, so we put an N for the of number. And on the bottom of the percent is always 100 because percent means per 100. Okay, and then we are going to do some multiplying. So 15 times 100. So I do that, I'm going to have 15 times 100. It's 1,500. And then I need to divide by the number that I haven't used, which is 50. So I cross multiply and divide. And I go back to my calculator and I take 1,500 divided by 50. My answer is 30. And remember, it's a number. So 15 is 50% of 30. It's half, is what it's saying. All right, our next one says 30 is. So if I make my proportion, 30 is the is. 48%, so that is the percent. 100 always goes on the bottom of the percent. Of what number? That's asking a question. We don't know the number, so we use the letter N to tell us what number. And we're going to use algebra, so we cross multiply. We take 30 times 100, and I know that that is 3,000. And then I have to divide it by the 48. So I go to my calculator and I take 3,000 divided by 48, and I get 62.5 for my answer, my number. Okay, so on the other side, I wrote them a little bit different to practice different type of sentences. So this one says 35% of what number is 12? So 35 is the percent. What goes on the bottom of the percent? 100. Is 12, is goes on the top. And I'm looking for what number, so I'm going to use N for number. And then I'm going to cross multiply. 12 times 100, and that is 1,200. Remember, you can use your calculator on those. And divide by 35. So if I go to my calculator and I take 1,200 divided by 35. Ooh, this one I'm going to round. I'm going to say this one is 34.3. I'm going to change this 2 to 3 because there's an 8 back there. So I'm going to say 34.3. Okay, let's look at the next one. 80% of what number is 8? Set up my proportion. 80 is the percent. It goes on the top. Underneath is 100. 80% of what number is 8? So is the number 8. I don't know the of because that's what they were asking, so I use the letter N for number. I multiply. 8 times 100 is 800, and I divide by the number that I have left. So I divide by 80, which is 10, and I just realized we've already done that problem. These two are the same, just written different. Sorry, they're the exact same thing. Okay, let's try this very last one then. So 72%, 72% of what number is 100? It's kind of a big fraction, sorry. So 72 is the percent that goes on the numerator or the top, and out of 100, because it's out of 100, percent is 100. Of what number? I don't know the of number, so that's my N, is 100. So now I need to multiply 100. My pen is getting tired, I think. 100 times 100. Okay, 100 times 100 is 10,000. And then I need to take that answer and divide by 72. I don't know if this one's going to come out very nice. Let's try it. 10,000 divided by 72. Ooh, it's one of the 8 repeatings. So let's call it 138 point. So some of you remember that if you have all the 8s repeating, you can put 8 with the line. That means repeating. Or you could just put like 8, 8. But if those of you who remember, we talked about when it repeats, it's a line. Okay, so now what you're going to do, you're done with your notes. You watch the video. So the next thing you're going to do, whoops, right here, is you have to find the whole number, the of. Okay? All right. Have a good day. Be good. Do what you need to do.